Hi there, Matesse from Forward Adventures here, and today I'm going to talk about beauty tips for living on the road and camping and living rough. Okay, when my husband was helping me set up the camera here, he totally rolled his eyes just now when I told him what I'm going to video, so if you're not interested, don't watch. Anyway, as a bare minimum, we need, as chicks, we want to care for ourselves. You want to make yourselves feel reasonably human. You want to have clean skin, right? So, exfoliator. As a disclaimer to this whole episode, I'm not into beauty things much at all. Usually, when I live at home and have access to showers. I don't read girly magazines or beauty magazines or follow any beauty blogs or anyone remotely Instagram savvy with all that stuff. This is just what I'm using to feel good while living on the road and sort of stay sane. So please don't leave me any messages saying, oh, but this so-and-so person says whatever. I don't care. I'm just telling you for all the girls out there who have no idea how to do this, just a few tips. Hopefully you get something out of it. Right, so first of all, you want to keep your skin clean, and at the end of the day, or probably by already 9 a.m. if you're in a hot and sweaty place in the middle of the desert or by the sea like I am now, you're already sweaty. You've got a layer of gunge all over you. You can rub your skin and gunk comes off it. You don't have access to a shower. Your skin's dry, could be flaky. I don't know what your skin tone or condition could be. Normally I have really sensitive skin and I'm allergic to a lot of things, so I actually have to be really careful about what I put onto my skin. So without sounding like a complete twat, follow the 3-step cleaning routine. No, just exfoliate sometimes, whenever you can. Get some really good, Mum just sent me this, thank you Mum. They were probably just from the post office, but any sort of facial cleaning white moisturizer, because you can't use too much water. But really important is a moisturizing sunscreen. I've got Yulay here, however you say it, 30 plus, sensitive for me, and some lip balm with sunscreen in it, and moisturizer. I've got some heavy duty moisturizer which was suggested to me by my dermatologist. Other than that, that's the absolute basic. And then we come to beauty things. So beauty things can include having nice nails, because after one day of camping your nails can look like this, and I only just cleaned them yesterday. So make sure that you've got at least a nail clippers and a file with you. You can go a bit more hardcore with these things, but if you normally go to the nice ladies at the salon to get your S&S done every month, that ain't gonna happen when you're on the road, darlings, unless you're going to pay $60 to $70 more whenever you get to a capital city, because small towns certainly haven't heard of S&S. Keep your nails nice and trim. To feel like I have some semblance of prettiness, I've cut down my collection to 3 colours nails. So I try to give myself a regular pedicure, and that's also a sanity thing, to try to just feel good while you're living in a shoebox and have dirty black feet all the time. Anyway, I've cut it down to 3 colours, so I'm pretty proud about that for myself. So that's hands and feet. Hair. Everyone's got completely different hair, so I can't recommend one thing over another, but when you're out in the sun all the time, you probably want a UV protecting coat. I've got argan oil because of my blondie bits here, just to stop them from drying out, and it's really good to get all the knots out when the kids' hair starts turning into dreadlocks. Maybe a purple shampoo. You might start laughing about how much gear I have here in little bottles, and my husband's not particularly happy about it, but I feel like I need this stuff. Anyway, still on hair, be ready to put it in a ponytail all the time. My hair was pretty short when we left 11 months ago, and I've just kept it growing. I've had maybe one haircut, possibly two. If you regularly get your hair coloured at the stylist, I recommend finding out what colour you get your roots done, and then finding a brand that is sold in a standard supermarket, like your Coles or Woolies, because that will be available nationwide, and then obviously match the closest colour that you normally get done at the hairdresser, and then buy those boxes, about $10 or whatever they are. Usually you can get your roots done with half a packet. Train your other half to do your roots every 5 weeks or so. So whenever you're in a campground that has nice showers, get them to do your roots for you, and you will feel $1 million better. Mine really need to be done next week. So that's hair. Things like, this is more of a topic of just feeling like you're home away from home. Just having a scented candle sometimes open. It doesn't have to be lit, but just having the box open so you can smell it can remind you of home and just have a little bit more inner peace when the kids are feral and it's been a long day and it's not a drinking day yet. But back to skin, I forgot to mention hand cream. You need a really good hand cream, and also put it on your feet, because being in thongs all day, your feet will go really dry and crackly. So make sure you've got a good hand cream as well. I have one in the car and one in the van, and also one in my handbag. And then little things like jewellery trinkets. I have been going crazy at all the different markets, like the Broome one, the Darwin one, Port Douglas, and you get amazing pieces like this for not too pricey figures, and you can just put it on and feel a little bit decent, and then take it off again by the end of the day, because changing a nappy wearing all this jewellery is not great. But it makes you feel like you've got a normal life, right? You're not just bumming around in the car all day and looking for the next place to have a campfire, or sit by a beach. But it makes you feel a bit more ladylike. Deodorants as a separate topic. I've been trialling a paste, a stick, to move over from a crystal deodorant, and I think my crystal deodorant's still much better. Anyway, jury's out on those ones at the moment. So I think that's about all I can give you tip wise. Just generally make sure that you've got a lot of moisturizer and a lot of sunscreen, because the sun's hardcore, and hat and sunglasses. Yeah, it'll ruin your hair and make it all greasy and feral, and you'll end up with a plait or a ponytail most of the time. I actually laugh at all of the Instagram photos of all the chicks, and I've seen it. They're all posing, they take their hair out and they've taken their long sleeves off to show the pretty white singlet. Like, seriously, who wears white in the dirt? You'll never wear it again, especially when you've been in the Pilbara. To be all Instagram gorgeous or whatever, but it's not real. It's completely contrived, and it just makes everyone want to hate you. Please stop doing it, everyone. Just stop it. Anyway, rant over. Enjoy traveling and stay beautiful. Bye bye for now. Back again because I forgot one major thing, only because I don't bother with them anymore. Makeup. I was so proud of myself when I whittled it down after leaving home to a concealer, mascara and some bronzer. But really, when you barely even look at yourself in the mirror anyway, and no one else is seeing you other than your family or strangers in a caravan park or a national park, and you've got a hat and sunglasses on most of the time as well, chuck that stuff away. I had to dig way down in the storage just then to retrieve those out for you. And two other things. Eyebrows, just practice looking at yourself. Really easy.
They're also naturally beautiful, that helps.
Oh, thank you. I'll give you $50 later.
Those ugly girls out there don't bother.
Shut up, for God's sake. I have on other trips cut my own hair. It's really not that hard. YouTube it if you have internet. But yeah, you can flip your hair over like that and then do lace. But maybe after a lot of isolation, the guys and girls in Melbourne might be good at this already. Waxing strips. I never used them before for my legs before the trip, and I just discovered them, and they are so much better than shaving every 3 days. You only need to do this, and you can do it while sitting in the car, driving on your long drives, and then you only need to do it once every 2-3 weeks. So much better than shaving. This I got for Christmas from my girlfriends, but it's just a mask which I do when I have a lot of spare time and remember, but extra moisturizer again. And the last tip, which is a great one, is a barrier cream. So those of you whose thighs go swishy swishy, it's not a best feeling and it will lead you to rashes, sweaty, painful rashes. It's a silicone barrier cream. It's made by Ego. You can get them at the, as in EGO, at the chemist, and you just put some of that on, and it's like a Teflon non-stick fry pan, how smooth it is. So your skin sort of glides together after that, and no more chafage. So that is your tip of the day. Have fun. Bye. Till next time. Oh, if you girls are liking these sorts of videos, maybe send a shout out or put a request out for any topics you'd like covered, and I'll have a go at those too. See ya.